Alright everyone, so this is the Samsung Galaxy Note 2. Now let me show you what this phone can do. It can do a lot. The first thing you're going to do is pull out the S Pen on the very bottom right hand side of the phone. It is redesigned from the previous Note S Pen, and it actually feels a little bit better to actually grasp and hold on to and write with. So it actually feels like a normal pen or pencil. So you'll notice that it came up with a lot of different creativity notes that you can do, but the first thing that I played with was actually dealing with the screen size. Now, I wanted to see how a movie looked. So I'm going to go into the movie Fast 5. Now that I'm in there, one thing that I've noticed is that you can either change the brightness on the left-hand side just by moving your hand up or down on the screen. The other thing is you can change the volume. So you can turn it down or you can turn it up. So let's say I turn it down just a little bit for the sake of the video here. So if you hit the power button on the top, that is actually what locks the screen. So now if you have kids and they're watching a video, if they're touching the screen all the time, it won't do anything, it won't stop, nothing like that. Even if they hit the home, menu, or back button. Now let's say that something has happened in this video, or let's say it's a video that you created, or a video that you took of your kids or your pets and you want a picture of it. All you have to do is hit the screen capture button, and then there you go. Now you just screen captured whatever was shown on that screen. Now another thing that's really cool you can do is called pop-up video. Bottom right hand side, hit the icon, and now you've got your video right here. Now in Jelly Bean, you're actually able to resize the screen. You're able to do this in the Galaxy S3 doing in terms of the pop-up player, but you weren't actually able to resize it, and so now you're able to. Now how would this help anybody out? Well, let's say that something has happened in this video that I want to take a note of. If you press on the button of the S Pen, double tap on the screen, that'll pop up your S Note. And so now they just mentioned Dominic Toretto. So let's say that I want to remember his name for later. So I don't really know how to spell his name for sure, so I'm just put Dominic T, and then there we go. I'll be able to remember that for later on. So S Note is perfect to the point where you can actually be inside of a video phone call or inside of a phone call, and if someone calls you, tells you an address, tells you a phone number, tells you a time, tells you what to buy at a store, whatever the case, you can pop this up at any point in time. So if you've ever had a time where you didn't have a piece of paper and pen, well, here you go. Now you never have to have that problem again. Now also check this out too. Let's say that I want to watch this video, I want to take a note, but I also want to check out what's going on in the world of Engadget. So I have a pop-up browser here, and so now I'm actually going to watch my video again. I have my pop-up browser right here. I can check out what's going on Engadget, and then let's say that there's something going on with Microsoft. So I can just go right here and I can start writing and doing anything and everything I want to. So now this is where the multi-screen and multi-functions comes into play. So the next thing I would like to show you guys is the different ways you can do a screenshot or a screen capture on here. So one of the ways is by swiping your hand across the screen, just like that. You can do it right to left or left to right. It doesn't matter. Just make sure your entire palm is covering the entire screen to do the swipe. Perfect. The other way is holding your home and power button at the same time. So I'm going to hit my home and power. There you go. That's another way to take the screenshot. Now the last way is to actually a way that you can take a screenshot and then start writing on the screen. So to actually take full advantage of that, I will actually check out, no, let's go into my maps real quick. Sorry about that. So let's go into navigation. Let's check out the map. So let's check out something that is in this area. So let's say that you are somebody who just opened up a brand new restaurant and is right about right there, but it's so new that you can't even find it on MapQuest, but you want to show your parents or whatever. So what you want to do is you press and hold on the S Pen button, press and hold on the screen, takes a screenshot for you, and so now this is where you can edit it. So as you can tell up here, I can change what type of paintbrush I have and what color and things like that, but black is good enough for me. So I'm going to circle right there, so now they know exactly where to go. I'm also going to say meet at noon. So now I'm done with that. So now that it has been saved, if I'd want to, all I have to do is go back into my pictures, and then I can go to share via, and now I can send it as an email, text message, put on Facebook, anything I'd want to. Now, the other thing I like to show off is going to be something we refer to as Air View. Now, Air View is using your S Pen, and all you do is you hover over a specific something, which in this case is going to be the timeline of a movie, and you actually find a specific scene that you've been looking for. So let's say let's say I was looking for this scene right here. Now I can go straight to it, and now I can watch it. And you can do that while the video is playing as well too. And you can see how fast the quad-core processor is on this thing. I mean, this phone's amazing. Now, other features of AirView is going to be in association with your gallery as well. So let's say I'm looking at my camera. All you gotta do is hover your pen over it, and it'll show you what pictures are inside of there just by hovering over. Now, you can do that with emails. You can also do that with your calendar, anything like that. So if you highlight over a day in your calendar, it'll show you everything that's going on that day as well. Now, check this out too, guys. I went into the camera because I wanted to compare this with the Galaxy S3 and also with the previous Note. But let me show you something cool that I found out here. So I'm going to pull out my S Pen, and I'm going to show you something that this little wand can do over here. This is actually your effects for the photos. So you have your cold vintage, you have no effect, posterize, things like that. But then I got down here and I noticed green points, blue points, and red yellow points. So I'm noticing right now that I see green. So I'm going to check on the green point. So you can see that all you can see is green. Now the other colors that I'm also viewing is the reds and the yellows. Now that's pretty sweet. Now check this out. I'm going to head over to the blue point. Now it doesn't pull anything up until I flip it on over to the blue. So that's something that I thought was awesome, and I guess a little bit of the nerd in me is Rubik's Cube for the best example of that. So let's go back into my wand. I want to go back up to the no effect. Now, just so you guys know, in terms of your burst shot and best shot and things like that, it is on here as well, just like the Galaxy S3. So single shot is just where you take your photo, just take your normal picture. Burst shot is underneath the single shot, but you got to go into your settings and turn on burst shot. So now that burst shot is on, I stay underneath my single shot, but you just press and hold on the shoot button. It'll take all the way up to 20 pictures for you, and it'll save all 20 as well. Another thing that you can do is your best photo. This is where it will take 8 photos, and then it'll choose the best one for you. So let's say I hit it once. There we go. So now let's see which photo was the best one that it thought. So there we go. So it thinks that the very first one was the best. You can also check out some of the other ones as well too. And let's say that you think that this one's just as good. You can press and hold, put a thumbs up there, and any photo that has a thumbs up will be saved. The rest will be scrapped. Now let me show you Share Shot. Share Shot is something that you can do to where you can take a photo and share it with another phone pretty much simultaneously. So now I'm going to enable it. You have to make sure that your Wi-Fi is on. I'm going to go to my Galaxy S3 over here. I'm going to turn on my Wi-Fi Direct. Wi-Fi Direct is on now. Go back to my Note 2. Found my device. Now I just go to accept. Oops, I can't use my S Pen on there. So now, let me show you what this looks like. So, I'm actually going to take a picture of this phone. There we go. And now you're going to notice that on this other device over here, it opened up a brand new folder called Received. Now check this out. I'll leave that phone right there. I'm going to take a picture of it right here, and you're going to notice that on my screen, you're going to notice that another photo will pop up in the Received. So now you can tell I got 2. So this is a way that you just have to pair them just by Wi-Fi Direct, which Wi-Fi Direct goes all the way up to 200 feet away. Now this is how you can share your photos with another device without having to send a text message, email, or Facebook, and then take it off of Facebook and blah, 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 blah. Now let me show you what Best Faces is. Now Best Faces is actually a shooting mode that you can do to where when you take a photo, let's say that I look at this Employee of the Month, since I don't have anybody else in the location here with me. Let's say that I want to take a photo of these guys' faces. There we go. So if you've ever had a point in time where one of your friends always messes up a photo, Or let's say that you want to make the best picture of funny faces, but at some point in time there's someone's face you just don't like as much, or somebody who has an awesome smile in this picture but a horrible picture there, or you know, the best friend right next to you is looking horrible but you look awesome. Well, it's a way that you can actually go back in time and change the face for that photo. So even though their faces have not changed because I took a picture of a DVD case, you can actually hopefully see what I'm trying to show you guys, is that you can take the best face from 5 photos taken and put it into one photo. So you have your best faces in that one photo. Then all you gotta do is just hit done, and there you go. Alright, so you just took a photo, but let's say you want to add a note to the back of that. So just like in real life, when you have a picture in front of you, you turn it over and you can write on it. You can actually do that exact same thing on here. So the photo that we just took with best faces, let's say that I want to make a note about that. Hit your menu button, go to add photo note, and then you can write down anything you want. So you can say, you know, Dane and Jessica, and you can write best faces. So there you go. Now you just hit done, and now the next time you look at that photo, you're going to see that little paper turned over on the very top right. That's where you can click on it, and then you can see what you wrote. And you can always edit it or not edit it. It's just a way that you can read it and check out what you wrote, you know, earlier.